Are you doing what everyone else is telling you to do to get private pay clients, but you're not seeing the payoff? Trust me, you're not alone. I talk to so many home care agencies that are right in your shoes. They do everything, going into facilities, going into hospitals, doctors' offices, etc., and they still aren't able to get private pay clients. That's going to change today, because in this video, I'm going to show you guys a unique and reliable strategy that will revolutionize the way you attract ideal clients to your home care agency. I promise you, almost nobody else is saying to do these concepts, and it frustrates me when I get these calls and inquiries of people saying that they need help getting private pay clients, where if they do these things that are not too hard to implement, they'd have a much easier time to get private pay clients. Well, get ready, because in this video, you're going to learn 5 steps to truly and actually and predictably grow your home care agency in the next 90 days, whether you want 5 clients, 10 clients, 15 clients, however much you want to build the agency that you've always dreamed of having. So this is going to be a cleared roadmap you can use. This is not going to be any generic fluff or any of that you can start implementing today to start getting more clients. So let's get right into it. So if you don't know me, my name is Aaron Bogle, your go-to home care marketer. I make videos that tells you exactly how to get private pay clients, whether online and offline as well. So if you like that sort of content, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe. As you can see, I'm still a very small YouTuber, so every like, comment, and subscribe helps. And I also respond to every single comment you guys leave. So definitely leave a comment and let me know where you're coming from. I always like to see where my viewers are coming from. So the first step you need to realize when it comes to growing your home care agency is you need to understand where you are now and accept some harsh truths when it comes to where you are now. So I hope you're ready for this. If you're not sitting down, sit down now. So you need to understand where you're coming from when it comes from the eyes of the client to your agency. Just because you got the paperwork done, just because you're established, it doesn't mean that you automatically get clients, especially if you don't do the work. So a good exercise to do is you want to see where you are now and see how do you compare with the other options your local clients have, and you want to honestly be realistic and be really harsh on yourself when it comes to this stuff. So for example, if you're a small agency which is pretty much doing under $1 million per year, it's very unreasonable to think that you can play the same game with the other agencies, do the same things that they're doing when they have more reviews, more authority, a better presence online, and a longer track record in business. So it's unreasonable to think that you can play the same game and expect the same result in a short amount of time. So it may sound like there's no hope, but that's how all home care agencies start. So how do they end up actually growing to the revenue goal that they want to per year? So what they do simply is just provide more value than the current marketplace is providing. They do more research on what the customer needs, and then they address it fully. And then once they have that research, once they have all that information, they make it a no-brainer for people to work with them compared to other companies that may have a little bit more authority than them. And they go above and beyond for the customer as well. They also take on the cases or work with the people that are a bit harder to handle, but they know in the long run they're going to get a review or a testimonial from that that's going to help them, not only help them grow online through, Google SEO, but also give them the confidence knowing that they're able to actually help people and actually sell their services to other people as well. They also realize that they're going to have to work harder than what the current competition is doing, and that they're going to have to be consistent and providing overall value to the marketplace and not being just some other cookie cutter approach or another cookie cutter home care agency. So how exactly do you do that? Provide more value to the marketplace. So that gets into my next point, which is just to not study the competitors too much and study more of the customers. So I see a lot of the time, a lot of the advice that people say to do is just, oh, look at your competitors, look what they're doing, and emulate them, mimic them a little bit. That way you can get yourself off the ground. I was in the same boat. So when I was trying to get clients for my marketing agent at the time, people were just saying, oh, just give them a call, send them an email saying that you're offering Google or Facebook ads to help them get clients and everything like that. And while yes, it did get me some results, it did get me some traction, it was really hard to differentiate myself. Thus, my growth was honestly non-existent. So instead of focusing on what my competition was doing, I studied what my customer wants, what their pain points were, and I formulated my marketing material around that. When I was doing that research, I understood that people don't want Google ads or Facebook ads. They want customers, they want paying customers or high quality leads. People don't want a marketing plan. They want quality leads and not having to worry about getting those quality leads. So I changed my focus on, hey, I'm not selling Google ads, but I am selling you a way that you can get, clients for your business or customers for your business. And I got so much more traction, so many more replies, and then my business actually started to grow when I was just starting out. And then I went a step further and I helped people without getting paid. So I would even offer a free trial of marketing, so saying, hey, if I can get you customers, then we can start working together. And what that more gave me was not only some reviews and testimonials to start, which I don't use anymore because I got a lot more other reviews and testimonials from my paid clients. But overall, it did help me get a good start, and it did help me get some traction, and most importantly, just confidence that I can do what I said I can do when it comes to getting people leads. And this all started, and this was all because I studied what the customer wanted and not really what my competitors was doing. And I suggest that you guys do the same. Okay, so you have a good idea of what your customer truly wants. You know the dream outcome and you know the pain points. But I encourage you to do more research, going on forums, going on different websites, asking your current clients or asking people in these facilities. So once you do all the research you need, you want to craft your marketing material now, and you want to craft it so that way you can focus on the needs of the customer. So I know I said don't copy competitors, and that's still true. Do not copy the words and the phrases that your competitors use, but I still encourage you to see what the competitors are doing so you can not sound like them in your brochure. Because think of it from the customer's perspective. If they're getting 3 brochures and they all sound the same, then you're not going to stand out. They're going to go to the one that has more trust signals, which is more reviews, more authority, etc., etc. In your brochure, you don't want to just say your services. You want to say the dream outcome that can come if they did use your services. So you can say something like, we offer companion care services that's going to reduce the loneliness, keep your loved one socially active, different things that you see that from your research people want their loved one to have. And then something you can also do is just show that you know the pain or the ordeal that they're going through. Show that you know that the stress that they are having and how it could be affecting other parts of their life. Because if you say that in your brochure, you show that you really understand them. And people want to work with home care agencies that really understand their family and can really help out their family. They're much more likely to go with you than someone who just put a brochure saying, we offer personal care with bathing, grooming, etc. In your marketing material, be sure to convey that you understand their pain and how if they use your services, you can help them get to the dream outcome. Speaking of dream outcome, I gotta tell you my dream outcome, and that's for you to leave a like on this video so I know that you're liking it so far. And also because this next tip I'm gonna give you is going to skyrocket the amount of referrals that you get. I can promise you. So the next step is when you're out marketing, you want to be sure you're giving value to as many people as you possibly can. So I gotta ask you another uncomfortable question. What are you doing currently when you're going to different hospitals or different facilities or different community events? What I hear most of the time is that you're just saying who you are, how you've been in business, the services that you can help them with, and then you leave a brochure and then you say, if anyone needs home care services, please give me a call. So you got to think of it from their point of view. Why should they really give you business if you haven't given them anything in return? There's other agencies that maybe have a better reputation, have more authority that they could also. And then also, if you're going there repeatedly over and over again and you're just saying, hi, does anyone need care? Does anyone need home care services? And you're not really providing value. At that point, you're just more becoming a pest than building a relationship with that person overall. So overall, in 2024, you need to do more. You want to think or do research on what would that facility or that place you're going to really need to help them out. So for example, do they need caregivers to help them if they are understaffed? Do they need more events to run? The best way to do this, or the best way to provide value, is just to ask them, or ask the point person, or ask someone, what do they need more of? Like, that's going to help you stand out, because if you're saying, hey, I want to help your facility grow, or I want to help your facility thrive, then they're going to see, wow, this person really is trying to help me out, and then it's going to be much easier to build a relationship and get the referral source. And most importantly, they won't see you as just any other home care agency. They're going to see you as a home care agency that truly wants to help them. And if you truly want to help them, they know that they can safely refer people to you. And you also want to think of it from their point of view as well. Let's say you just come in and then you just say, hey, can you get me clients? And they say, you know what? You haven't provided any value for me, but sure, why not? We do have some people that are requesting home care. They refer you some clients, you get the client, but let's say you dropped the ball, or you didn't do as good of a job. That's going to look bad on the assisted living facility owner, simply because they're the ones who said, hey, this home care agency is good, you can use them. If that customer has a bad time with you, they're of course not going to refer to you any more customers. And also their current customers are going to think, oh, they had a bad time with this home care agency, this assisted facility recommended them to them, and that could potentially hurt their business as well. That's why you do want to provide value upfront first, whether it's through offering to help them or offering to do events, because that way they can see the quality of work you're doing, and then once they see the quality, they'll feel a lot more comfortable with referring their patients to you if needed, because if their patients have a positive experience, that's going to reflect well on the facility owner or the facility marketing person. So you're providing value, you do all that, and you got home, but you still want to do some things online to help boost your presence and help get private pay clients online as well. So let's get into that. So when you're making your website, or you hire someone to make your website, or your social media profile, like your Facebook page, your Google business page, etc., you want to make sure you're following the same principles that I talked about earlier in the video. You want to focus more on the customer's dream outcome and show that you understand that the pain that they're going through. Of course, you want to fill out the profiles optimally as well, just for the needs of the platform, so that way the platform also likes you. So you do what you need to do for the platform, but being honest, just setting all these things up, even if you do it the most optimal way, that doesn't mean people are just going to be running to your website. You're going to get all this traffic, and then you're going to get all these clients coming to you. You still need to do a little bit more when it comes to getting private pay clients. If you do have some money and you want to really accelerate the agency growth, you can do some of the following. I'm going to say the pros and cons. All these methods work when it comes to getting private pay clients, because I've personally done them, and I have generated clients for my home care clients that I work with through these methods. So the first method I want to talk about, which you guys probably already know, is Google Ads. So Google Ads can be very fast. It can start working within a week, and you can start getting private pay clients depending on if everything is set up right and optimally from the get-go. However, it is a lot easier to mess up and lose money on, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And you need to not only know the right keywords to target, but you also need to make sure that the page you're sending the traffic to is set up well and it gets people to call you. And while the technical skill you need isn't really high, you either need to know what you're doing when it comes to setting everything up, or hire somebody who does. If you do want to take a shot in running Google Ads for yourself and setting it up the right way, so that way once you start making the campaign, it starts generating clients from the get-go, I highly recommend you watch some of the videos on my channel when it comes to Google Ads. But if you want a more in-detail look when it comes to specifically running Google Ads for home care agencies to get private pay clients, and you want a step-by-step plan to do that, I do have a Google Ads program that talks about how to get private pay clients using Google Ads. Everything you need to know, even if you've never run Google Ads before or any online advertising before. Don't need any sort of marketing degree. You don't need a high technical skill. The fact that you're on this video is about the same technical skill you really need when it comes to setting up a good Google Ads campaign. So if you're interested in that, there'll be a link in the description that links to the program. So the next method to get private pay clients through paid media is a lot of one that some people are going to disagree with me with, but I have been able to make it work for some of my clients, and I am going to make a video about this, is through Facebook ads. So with Facebook ads, it is cheaper than Google Ads. So usually I say with Google Ads, you want to make sure you budget at least $1,000 is like a good start with Google Ads. With Facebook ads, I would say $400 can go a very, very, very long way. However, if you have $600, that's better, but you can definitely spend under $1,000 with Facebook ads. However, with Facebook ads, there's a little bit more of a technical setup in terms of setting everything up, and it does take a creative mind. And you do need to have actual photos of you helping people or videos of you helping people. One of my clients has a really nice video that has gotten 80 plus likes and hope to generate private pay leads for $15 a lead. So be on the lookout for that video, because I'm going to go into detail of how we're able to achieve that. So overall, with Facebook ads, you're going to need to put more time, energy, and sometimes even money into the creative when it comes to setting it up correctly. But once you set it up and once you have a system going, it can work very, very well. However, the leads from Facebook, they may need a little bit more nurturing. They may be looking for services, but they might not be looking for services right now, like when it comes to Google. So it's not only enough to attract the lead, but also you want to nurture the lead as well, which clients of mine who work with me, that's already set up for them. So I already have something that as soon as they get the lead, it not only notifies the client, but it enters them into a 30-day sequence. So that way the client doesn't have to remember to follow up with them with value. I automatically do that for them. So you can see how with Facebook ads, it takes a little bit more of a technical setup, a little bit more advanced, but as a reward, you get private pay leads for cheaper than you would for Google ads. And then the next method, which can be paid or it can be free depending on if you do it, but most likely you want to do paid because there's a lot that goes into it, is Google SEO. So it takes a while to get going, especially if you're in a highly competitive area. The lowest amount of time it could possibly take is maybe 3 months, if that. Maybe it could take like 4 to 5 months. However, it can take as long as a year, especially if you're in a competitive area and your competitors are aggressively doing SEO as well. And with this, you need to make sure you're getting reviews, and you need to also know what you're doing when it comes to SEO, and it can be a lot more intensive than the other paid media. So instead of using your money to get the client, using a lot of your time to get the clients as well. And I did make a startup video that talks about getting home care clients through SEO. However, what I find with SEO is that in the long run, it can be very well worth it, because then you don't have to rely on Google ads to work. You can be getting them, organically, or AKA free, for your own home care agency if you do everything right. However, you still need to make sure that it's kept up well, so that way you stay number one on Google when it comes to SEO. And I made a video exactly on how I was able to do that for a home care agency, a local home care agency, so that way they're getting private pay clients through Google SEO. So you can look at the video on screen right now to see how I was able to achieve that.